that the TV provides the light.
Can you see it?
I can see us, but it's all like blurry.
There you go. You want me to like put another like maybe that light on?
No, because you just want people to see you.
Oh yeah.
It didn't schedule right, so
we might not get a whole lot of people in here, but it's okay.
We might and we might not. It'll take a second to go out there. But we are not even at the top of the bed. We're literally at the foot of the bed.
Don't worry,
nobody
guys.
Turn us in or...
Nobody get us in trouble.
Yeah. It didn't... If it had scheduled, people would know...
Hey, Casey.
...that we were here. Hey, Casey. But nobody knows we're here because...
And that's all right.
Well,
that is okay.
It has this new feature, this Go Live Together feature.
Look, I got my DD214 t-shirt on, people. I have to say that a couple times.
Because he's an alumni.
Hey, Carlos is here. He says ATX Tomahawk. Karen's here. Black Dragonfly. We didn't get... It didn't schedule right. Oops, sorry. I hit my dog. And look, my dog's right here.
He's got a haircut.
Look.
He's haircut. He's got a haircut.
Yes.
I'm going to sit up for a second. It was better when we had it like this. So anyway, the reason we're doing it here is for no other reason other than it was last minute. And like I said, the bed's way up there. We're being good. So it's been quite an eventful day in the drama community.
What do you guys think?
And I don't even know, like, the irony of it is interesting. But for those of you who don't know, someone tried to I know, Luna, thank you, tried to stream a virtual hearing, and you're not allowed to do that. Hey, Tragic, you're not, that's very, very illegal.
What's up, Tragic? Hold on a second here.
But it's not even...
Here, you need to be in charge of this, because I
the
can't
most
see.
recent word that we've got in...
Hold on. Don't even say that right now.
No, not about that. I was gonna say about the Facebook page. No.
Oh, you can if you want.
Not what I said I was gonna say. I'm not gonna say that.
No.
Statuses are changing. Relationship statuses are changing on Facebook. It appears to be a whole thing. And then, like 5 minutes ago, Samantha told me to go fuck myself. Said someone tell ATX to go fuck herself. That's not very nice.
Where did she put that on?
I guess her community page. She doesn't like have an Avi right now. It's just the S. It was you. So I don't...
Y'all remember? I just heard people were like,
yes,
go check Sam's Twitter. And I did. And it was a picture of me. I didn't even know that.
Is it still a picture of you?
No, now it's blank. But
yeah, so Corey Lynn changed her status from in a relationship to single. You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first.
Hey, check it out, though. So today, Mandi and I, first of all, we do want to talk a little bit about...
Where's Nags? I see. Oh, hey, I guess he's Charles Handsome. Nice to see you.
What's up? So we went to Colorado, and that's really a backseat. I did a vlog yesterday about Randy's life, doing her live stream. But anyway... So, I'm doing something this morning, and I'm walking around, and I remember May 2nd, and that's when our friend, DC Media Girl, we know her as Clara, had
She's here. Her and next
yeah,
year.
so has her initial hearing with the circus clown. The circus clown that I understand literally came on Zoom with his...
He did.
Looking like a freaking... drunk Paul Stanley or something.
He had his purple wig and what did you say, Dolce & Gabbana sunglasses? I don't know a lot about those name brands. But that's what he wore. And it was a complete and total shit show. But,
so, Mandi is like, the word is on the street. And when I say on the street, it's all over social media. That Sam Telfer is going to snipe the stream. And I'm like, what stream? She said, well, she's going to cover the court case. And in the past, we'd been like covering a court case because I've been into court, people have been in court. It just means you kind of have your live stream ready and you're just kind of, or maybe a Discord or whatever, and you try to keep tabs on things as it comes through. Well, this was, and I'm like, okay, so no big deal. And they're like, and I said the whole time, they're going to be disappointed because unless there is some kind of really, really unique smoking gun here, there's no case against DC Media Girl. There really isn't. Hussey solicited, from his people, got some money for a lawyer, and I understand that DC got a lot more money to ante up to face him. But so I'm thinking about, what can happen here? No, Sam is going to literally snipe the stream. She's literally going to
simultaneously stream it.
And I said, well, I kind of was like,
thank you, Ricky.
Thank God. And she's like, what? Mandy's like, what do you mean? She is that is probably, might quite possibly be one of the most illegal things that we have seen in the drama community happen. Now, there might be something here and there, but,
I thought it was a joke.
I thought it was a joke. I didn't think she would be that stupid.
I totally thought it was a joke.
It's like it's a gift. It's a gift to everybody that's gone against her, that she's tormented in their, it's a gift if she does that. That is so stupid. Is that there not one person, one acquaintance, Yaba, that could get in her ear and go, that is not smart. That is not only is it not smart, it is illegal.
She should have asked her daddy, father, judge.
But
her daddy.
So when I heard about it, Mandy and I had have a long day ahead. We ended up going to the parents' house, visiting with dad, having dinner with mom, visiting with my brother, and so we heard that this was going to happen, but it was many, many hours later when we heard Sam's cut and run.
I guess she hid like all of her content except for Chantel's stuff.
You're talking about Yaba?
No, I think, Sam hid all of her stuff. Last I saw, that's what she had done.
That will do her not a bit of good. If there's one thing to hide your stuff because somebody turns you in, and it's another thing when a federal authority or somebody like this starts to look. There's a beta footprint that's out there.
Presley,
it doesn't matter what you hide. They're going to be able to find it if they want to find it.
Yes, Alex. And that's the thing is they, and I don't know how much Yaba was responsible for in a lot of dirty dealings, probably quite a bit. But as far as the doxing of houses and things like that, and calling people, that was Sam. Mm-hmm. And if you're in the Twitter universe, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, it appears it has now been done to her.
My God.
So,
I didn't really even think too much about it. So when Mandy was like, she's going to snipe the stream, I was getting into the bath or getting into the shower, and I was like, she is not that dumb. Come on. It's got to be something. It's got to be a troll. It's got to be something that she's doing to troll. I didn't believe she would have done that. Mm-hmm. And so then later on, when I heard what she really did, it was cool. That dumb ass really did that. She really thought that it was worth 4,000 or 5,000 views to, do something that goes against federal law. We're not talking about some kind of YouTube terms of service.
Because when I, that's the first thing they say when that Kansas law shit, that Zoom one I show where they show first appearances that I laugh at because it's a little bumfuck Kansas thing, and they do crazy things like in the country. The first thing they say is it is a felony punishable by to share pictures, moving or still, from this without, I guess, a press pass or something. I guess that's how, when they show these famous court hearings or whatever, these people have special permission. It's not just anybody. It's and that's what it says. So I thought, she put the live back up. Well, it doesn't really matter. I think that she hit the road because her significant other has had enough. That's
what Mandi says.
And then she came back because she said, if you think that I'm gone, I'm back. I'll see you.
No, I don't think she's gone. I think that somewhere, somehow, she knew. Because look, in the background here, you see the lights flickering here. That's the Lakers game that's on right over here, watching the Lakers. And before that starts, it says something like, you can't retransmit. It says you can't do that. I actually got put in Twitter jail because I put a flyover from the All-Star game. I freaking filmed it for Twitter or YouTube or Facebook or whatever it was I got suspended from. And it was simply because you're not allowed to do that.
No.
You're not allowed to do that. It had like the Fox logo down in the corner. So I just basically said, whoop, I took the content down and I got my shit back.
The other thing, and it's just probably a typo, but she has her YouTube channel as Sam Tefler, Tefler. That's a typo. Her last name is Telfer, is Telfer. So I'm hoping that she can correct it, because I mean, I don't think she meant to misspell her own. I know it was an inside joke with Katie, and I get that. But put your true last name up there. Put it up there, girl.
The thing is that...
Hey, Callie, it's good to see you.
It was just extremely... So let's say that at the end of the day, at the end of everything, at the end of 2 or 3 days, there's nothing. Nothing comes of it, and she's back.
Hey, Sarah.
She probably did the single most stupidest brazen thing that you can do.
Yeah.
And
she's out of touch with right and wrong.
She doesn't know. I think the biggest thing that Sam would have going for her if she gets drug into court is that she is not her cognitive ability to know right from wrong is the social media has skewed that.
Yeah.
Badly.
She now thinks that hey, Gina, she thinks she's larger than life.
The thing is I did hear this, and you said this too, that there were some people that said that their memberships had been refunded.
Yeah, I saw that memberships were auto-refunded.
So that would lead you to believe what?
She lost her monetization.
She might have lost her monetization.
Hi, Jenny Lynn. It's good to see you. See, people think we're sweet, and I think we can be. Yeah, it's just, we all know that she thinks that she's this she's really stirred the pot in certain areas lately, pumping people up who are also unwell to think that they can conquer the world and they can do no wrong. And then she kind of just splits on them. But that's what she does.
I know. Here's the bottom line for anybody that's, I don't know how many people are watching. I can't see that far. But whether you're watching us because you don't like us and you're supporting Sam, or whether you're friends of ours, you have to understand she will throw any one of you under the bus for an extra 1,000 views.
To include you, Buns.
She will throw this, the way she was thinking is, how am I going to maximize this and how am I going to get views? She didn't think about the fact that there are a lot of people. You could go read the chat. Like, I went in with a troll account to Yaba's Twitter. There's more than 1 or 2 or 3 people in Yaba's last tweet demanding to know why y'all have left them out hanging,
really?
With the support. Yeah, there's quite a bit of that going on. I don't get into Discords and stuff like that. But they're wanting to know.
Thank you, Presley.
Hey, Presley, thank you so much.
It's good to see you. We had a fantastic time. We really did, you guys. This is like the breaking news, and Sam is a total bitch, so that's why we're speaking on it. But we did have a great time.
We had a great time, and thank you for that, Presley, because we had a really good time and we're broke. So
it's extremely hard. Yeah. He'll deploy.
Like, yeah.
No, but I was gonna say, when you hug him goodbye, and that I expect him to be this big tough guy and give me a hug or whatever, and
who?
My son. And then when he starts choking up too, and I'm crying, and moms are the ones that can do that to their boys and their wives, but moms
and your dad.
Yeah.
Mandi got to see. This is the first time I saw my father-in-law since we moved.
Yeah.
And I promised him that it wouldn't be 3 years the next time. So that is.
Yes, exactly. It can't be. It was a lot of fun though. The air altitude didn't really get us. We didn't get to go to Pikes Peak, but I heard it would have then. And the funniest thing, without getting into too many details, is you guys know I love European wax, and we're driving to Fort Carson, and I see one off the exit, and I'm like,
so it didn't matter.
No, and I made the appointment. It went back the next day.
So ATX got a waxed vag now.
No, don't say that. Oh my God, that's why we're always in trouble. Now the other shit.
It's beautiful looking.
No,
guys.
don't say that. I was gonna not go into it or whatever. Yeah, wax on, wax off. But I love European wax.
I like
truly
when
do.
she shows me when she gets back.
Oh my God, we're gonna get in
all right,
trouble.
all right. Let's stay focused here.
No gag or yeah. So and the other thing, and Clara's here, and so is Neg, so they can kind of. Okay, cool, Irish Bev. That's what we were talking about. He lost. There is no reason to put a temporary restraining order in place, pending anything else. And I know y'all have probably seen that. Denied. And would they really grant one to a Muppet in a wig?
I think
with fans in the chat. He's like, he had people in the chat like that, you know, and I think the court was probably like, what is this fucking shit show coming into my courtroom?
This is what I've been saying, and I've said it to a few other people.
Yes.
Hussey is so out of touch with what reality is. And I mentioned it in the last like 10 minutes of my vlog that I did yesterday, but to sum it all up, what got my attention about Hussey was when he was going on, and it was more than like 1 or 2 or 3 times when he talks about sleeping with and having this affair or whatever with a New York Yankee baseball player. And I just sat there, and you know, I love baseball. Y'all know I love it.
Offering up
that's
pics.
The cat shaking it.
Yeah,
all
the
over
cat
the place.
hates it when we use her. But more so, he offers up the nudes from this guy.
Yeah,
Stop.
and we're gonna have to move her.
Why did she doesn't even get on it until we use it, and then she jumps on it. You know, we use her cat tower as a. Okay, well, I'm gonna Storm.
You're gonna have to move her down.
I will.
She's gonna get down.
The earth will shake when she jumps off. She knows that she's trying to jump off, but she doesn't feel like it's steady for her to jump down. She's a big kitty. Go ahead. I know, baby. There you go. Okay, sorry, guys. I know the light's kind of jacked up.
So I see. So I know who the baseball. You guys know that I'm a baseball fan. So at first when he brought this up and he said, you know, I'm sleeping with, or I did sleep with a couple. First of all, I don't care if you're sitting there on a live stream talking about who you're sleeping with. It's in bad taste, right? It's in really bad taste. But then when he was trying to, like, the allure of telling he was this player and he was this and he's that. At first he said he was a pitcher. He doesn't know what, because he did say he was a pitcher. And
he said he was a retired pitcher.
Yeah. Then when he gave the name, and the name is, and I'll say it, is Bernie Williams. Bernie Williams was an outfielder. Okay, he wasn't a pitcher. And I would think that going out to a bar dressed like a circus clown and talking about sleeping with an iconic New York Yankee baseball player's son would get your ass kicked.
And he's from the Dominican.
And he did.
He's from the Dominican Republic.
But this was like 2 months ago, and I was like,
for each other.
I was like, you know, Hussey's going to end up getting his ass kicked for that.
Do you know that big old cat climbed into the tunnel that she never gets in on there?
Because she doesn't want you to get her.
Now she's gone. Sorry, guys. No.
So I was saying
that's so funny.
I think it's shaking it around. I said,
sorry.
6 weeks ago or 7 weeks ago, when he was carrying on in Katie's chat, he's going to get his ass kicked for that.
Yeah.
Someone somewhere is going to see that, and it's going to come full circle, because you don't do that. What if I was in Atlanta and I was sitting around going into bars and saying that I slept with some Atlanta, you know, like Chipper Jones' daughter or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you're going to, I don't care if he's in a gay bar, a straight bar, or whatever. New York Yankee fans are rabid for their team. And if some guy's going to come in there and brag about banging one of their players', you know, sons, you're bound to get your ass whooped. And that's just, Hussey just does not understand that.
No, and
what's that, baby?
Oh my gosh, Presley, thank you. Thank you so much.
We live to fight another day.
I know. Mama T, let me tell you something. You're a joke. Go find your leader.
Your leader's on the run out there somewhere.
She's losing her shit, probably.
Yes, she is. She's
Go find your fearless leader. She's like, don't you want to play in the sandbox? That's my term. I'm the one that came up with that.
Why y'all always stealing ATX?
I think I play in the sandbox, actually, quite a bit.
Yes.
Anyway, But yeah, so it was one of those things where we were on our way home, and you kind of like almost need a vacation from your vacation.
Oh my God.
Oh, and we were like,
Yeah.
we had to spend 7 hours at the Denver airport before we could even like go check our bags. We got my dad there that early. I felt like we were going to be there forever. Like we were hauling our bags around from place to place.
I'm freaking out the whole time because when we fly into Atlanta, right, finally, and it's probably 10:30 at night. Now, I know that the MARTA stops running, at about 12:30 or 1. So we're sitting there on the runway, and it takes them about an hour to even get that little bridge thing to come out.
Christy.
So by the time we get off the plane and go down to the tram, it's pushing 11:30. And then they sent our bags to the wrong baggage carousel.
Hey, Nelson.
So the whole time that's happening, I'm flipping out, right? Mandy's like, calm down, calm down. I was like, I don't want to call an Uber from the airport all the way to where our car is parked in North Springs because it would probably have been about an $80 Uber to do it. So I wasn't wanting to do that. So we finally get on the train and we're heading home, and I'm frazzled. I'm tired. Mandy's frazzled and tired. We get to 5 Points, and anybody that knows Atlanta or knows the subway system in Atlanta, MARTA is right downtown. 5 Points is right downtown. That's where the interchange is. And the doors open up, and I promise you, about 200 girls ranging in the age from 15 to 40 come flying onto the bus with all kinds of costumes, and it was a Taylor Swift concert.
Sean and I looked at each other like, are we really seeing this?
They come onto the MARTA.
And the girl behind us goes, Taylor Swift. And I was like,
it's Taylor
oh!
Swift.
And
You guys
they were
seen this
everywhere.
phenomenon? You guys seen the Eras tour that she's on?
I
Where
was
everybody's got
trying
to dress
figure,
up.
I was like, where are these? Where? I mean, it's all quiet. It's after midnight. We're like cruising along, and all of a sudden, they're everywhere.
We finally
they're
made
everywhere.
it on the train. A midnight train, MARTA in Atlanta, is not like New York or Boston or LA. It's pretty empty.
And Sean had a Kiss t-shirt on.
I had a Kiss t-shirt on too, they were looking at me like I was the freak.
We were sitting there and I was like, oh my God. Was the garbage can with water? Yeah, she went swimming today, didn't she? Yeah, she's got a lot on her plate right now.
She's got a lot. Her fearless leader was sniping court cases, which is a federal offense.
She's got a few things on her plate right now. Yeah, it does wear you out. But he doesn't have to go back till Thursday, so that's been nice. But yeah, Taylor Swift people took over the entire metro.
I mean, not just a few. So I think
every square inch.
I think
there was someone in a costume.
It was in the Mercedes Dome, I think,
and
which holds about 40,000 of these. And it was, I don't know, probably 95%
D,
women.
how are you?
And there was a few guys in there with them. But they're all dressed like flappers from the 20s or then greasers from the 60s. And it was just, they just came flooding on at 5 Points. And I was like, I'm done, man. I'm done here. I
was like, well, in one of the tweets that I saw, Storm, that I saw.
All right, you're going to have to get down, girlfriend. Get down. Get down.
No, I don't have to. From the now infamous camping trip was that, Sam was saying, the beast needs to get away. She needs to have some time away. She's been harassed. She's been this. She's been that. So she sends her on the verge of a break camping. Couldn't have been 5 hours away, but sends her camping by herself.
Yeah.
When she's already paranoid and whatever, and then it was like she needs gas money to get home, and it's like that. So anyway. So what did she do with the money that she got for gas? She bought a Dyson. Because that's what you do at Donos.
Did she really go to the bathroom in her own pants and
everything?
everything?
She peed in her pants. She even bent over and showed the camera. So you know what that means?
Somebody's paying her to do that.
Someone's paying her to do it.
Yeah.
When she stuffs her face and burps and stuff, someone's paying her to do it. So someone paid her to piss her pants and show it off. And that is probably how she bought the Dyson.
But the thing is that, and I had said this a while ago, people will contribute to her well-being. They'll contribute money so that she can pay rent, so she can keep the power on, and she doesn't do that. She will take, $200 or $300 that she gets in PayPal. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Presley. Thank you.
So
thank you.
She will take Presley, if you were PayPaling her the money that you're PayPaling us, she would probably go out and buy a vacuum machine.
Hey,
She'd
Scott.
buy a bread maker.
Yeah.
She'd buy a futuristic microwave with it, and then she'll get evicted because the rent doesn't get paid.
Yeah. She's it's when you start accepting money for doing things like that, I have a pretty good idea who's paying her, and I'll never say who I think it is. But when you start accepting money for doing things like that, you're just a little, well, I would say you're one rung up from the bottom, but Buns let someone shit on her back.
Yeah.
Maybe she connected her with the
and
client.
she says it, and Buns will put it in her Twitter that happened. But the thing is that
I didn't think about that. Maybe the same John.
Maybe, yeah, you never know. Because you guys, if you ever look at, like, do research on, like, porn stars and stuff, like, they'll be on, like, a real life movie.
Yes.
When they do that,
Pissed
she
her
did.
pants.
Yeah, and there's pictures of it. But you have people who, when you look at the progression of a porn star, you know, they hit the scene, they do their whatever, and they're the new thing on the block. So everybody's like, yeah, you know. Then they have to get more graphic, and then they have to start doing the fetish stuff, and then they're out.
Yeah.
Then they're out.
Someone just said who pissed on who. The shit thing. Buns put, like, that girl Buns, Sandy, Olap, whatever you want to call her. She put on her Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
That she's been paid and let someone shit on her back. And hey, that's her story. That's whatever. But yeah, she put that. I think she calls it a Wednesday in her life.
That's a Wednesday?
That's a Wednesday.
That'll
anyway,
tomorrow,
that's what she said. That's what she said.
So wash her back.
She's probably coaching her on how to make some money. So you're right. She sat in this pea-covered, these shorts that were pea-covered for a good while. Kept setting things up. Kept doing whatever. Her dogs are sniffing around. It was like crazy.
She had the dogs with her.
Yeah, she had the dogs with her. They're sniffing around. They're whatever. And then she went to change out of them. She goes, oh my God, I even peed in my sock. And she was like, I drank so much water and I drove the whole way. I drove 7 hours without stopping. And then, you know, so I had an accident. No, the infamous narcissist would not show everybody she peed her pants. There's no freaking way. She got paid.
Yeah, somebody that says, hey, look, if you pee your pants, it'll be worth 50 or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, God, I hope it's at least 200.
I don't know. I don't know what the standard is for peeing.
And then she's got a feeder. I mean, we all know that's the eating and the burping and the weight gain. She's got a feeder.
Do we get like a list? You get the whiteboard out. You should get the whiteboard and write down what the fee is for all this stuff.
Man, yeah.
I mean, you don't have to pay me anything.
Sarah, I saw what you said earlier. It said that TT stole a traumatic story from me, and now it's copying my lupus. She didn't even know the name of it till I commented it. Wow.
That's who? Our Sarah?
That's Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. And so y'all wait for the big stream when she goes, I don't have it. It was a mistake. I don't have it.
I have a clean bill of health.
Yeah, exactly. So it's whatever. So it's Sam trying to teach her how to scam. People trying to feed her insults to feed out, but she doesn't listen to the whole insult or get it. So she kind of regurgitates half of it and just sounds stupid. And I'm like, I can't with her. I just can't. But yeah, the peeing in her pants is a new low. That's especially because it wasn't just a mistake. It wasn't just a mistake.
New low. It's definitely a low. I don't know if it's a new low.
Hey, Stitching. Yeah.
But, so anybody that's never been in our chat before, Stitching Girl over there will find you a lolcow if you want one.
Alice Dark was on. Did you see that, Stitching? Alice Dark was on.
You want to say hi, Soy Bro?
He's so tired. He's so tired.
He's like, oh my God, dude, it's way past my bedtime.
Look, and then just slowly lay him down. Watch how he doesn't even.
He'll just fall over. Look, boom.
He goes back to sleep.
He's so tired.
He's a very good dog.
Tired.
So that is that news on whatever, and it was like, yeah, Alice is more sad. She's more out of touch with reality than she used to be, which was when she was funny, but now she just kind of seems like she's gone down. But I think she's a pretty lady for her age. I've seen her leaked. The whole Google has seen her leaked OnlyFans. Like, I don't know how you get a date after
who's
the Beast.
It's looped.
No,
like,
it's leaked, like her OnlyFans pictures.
And I think some of y'all have the
Just like
theory
when
that
she
she
shaved her
leaked
hair
it herself.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Her hair really does hurt my eyes. I hope she goes and gets it fixed. It hurts my eyes.
I'm surprised she didn't cut it off though. I mean, normally she would just cut it off.
It would be like a shaving thing or whatever. Yeah. She's a wackadoo.
Let's change gears for a second. How many of you guys have been to Colorado?
Betty Bull. Yeah. How many of you have been to Colorado?
So if you go to a dispensary, and neither Mandi or I are smokers. I have been in my past, and
Presley has been there.
You know, so when you go to this dispensary, right? What we were told,
hey Paula,
is you only can have, I don't know if you have a medical card or whatever. I don't know what they give you, but you can only smoke you can only take like 1 gram a month is what we were told.
That's what I'm saying. Like how does that work? Because 1 gram.
1 gram isn't even a joint.
Right.
It's not even a good joint.
I don't but then that was also, but I don't think that counts edibles and vape pens and things like that.
That's what one of my family.
But straight flower, I think that's what it counts.
And it's like flower, so, which does promote things like gummies and things like that, because it'll make you migrate towards those if you want more. And any one of us that has been,
oh, nice,
a pothead or has smoked a lot knows that 1 gram, if you...
Okay, it doesn't count those things, just flower.
Oh, okay, because, one good plunge of a bong in there, that's a gram right there. It's gone.
We didn't go to any of them. I guess I don't understand. I thought when they said it was now legal, well, not now, it's been a few years, but that recreational marijuana was legal in an ounce. No, what we heard was
a gram.
But
now to put that into perspective,
I thought it would be like a gas station. I had no idea that it had to be a dispensary.
28 grams in an ounce. So when you guys hear the classic, the quarter bag, that's 7 grams. An eighth is 3.5 grams.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's what we heard.
Neener says in Arizona you can buy as much as you can afford. That's what I would have thought too. The crazy thing is there's dispensaries and there's this. Kratom is very, very, very regulated. You can't get it at gas stations. Yeah. You can't get it. You have to go to a Kratom shop.
And it's really, and it's not.
You can buy 2 ounces at a time. It's supposed to be 2 ounces a day, but people go back from the dispensary.
2 ounces is a lot of damn.
And no one keeps track. But I was wondering if it wasn't a gram a day. It can't be a gram a month.
It might be a gram a day. Like you can go in there one day.
Have a good night, Presley. Thank you. Love you.
Presley, thank you so much.
Have an amazing night. I know we're on late.
I know.
But the karma bug was going around today.
Yeah,
and
we wanted to. Today
biting
was as
people
good a
in
time.
the ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the main thing. Karma always comes around and it will always bite you in the ass. I've been bitten by the ass by karma, so I'm not excluding myself. But we're starting to see what's what.
This happens so much with YouTubers that make their living on YouTube by attacking others.
Yeah.
And after a while, they get so brazen. And I've been saying this for a little while. It's that sooner or later, Telfer is going to do something that's going to get somebody's attention. Mm-hmm. And
I've got a theory about like the people that are misusing the court system, like the Beast and Hussey. I think it's when COVID happened and most hearings became Zoom hearings. If at all possible, they became Zoom hearings. And then they became subject to public viewing, like on YouTube and stuff. I think somewhere along the line, for some people, especially people that are unwell, it got a little blurred. Like it was an extension of their YouTube content. Like you see it and it becomes a spectacle. You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't go into a courtroom with a wig and sunglasses on over something so ridiculous. So I think when they know that it's going to be a virtual hearing and they know they're going to be able to exploit it to an extent and they're going to be able to do that, I think it's just become a shit show all around for these frivolous filings. You know what I mean? Like that's my theory. They don't understand that this is still a court of law, even though it's on Zoom, if that makes sense. And so they're going to have to start tightening it down a little bit with the frivolous bullshit because it's just becoming a shit show for everyone to watch.
Speaking of Kratom, I don't know where mine is.
You lost it?
I lost it.
Yes, it is absolutely and totally a felony. The FBI gets involved for that. Her bounce back babe. Oh, Lord. What happened? Let's see. No problem. Yeah. And to make a coin off. Yeah, exactly. That's my thing. People are like, well, if I take this creator to whatever, you have to be able to back it up. Back it up with like, there's, if YouTube is used for harassment and stalking and that kind of thing, and it turns into real life, people are called, messages are continually sent to harass, things like that. That is the, what do you call it? The vehicle for why you file charges, but it's not just for talking shit. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Sean?
It does.
Yeah, I that's what I like. It when people say, well, you can't go to court for talking shit, you really can't, but you can for going real life and harassing using other means.
And you can if you try to replicate
I
and
found
snipe
out.
another. I thought that Zoom when we
Yes.
first were going through COVID,
Yes, Trixie.
Zoom
Yep.
court meetings were required. During the middle of COVID, it was 2020. Mandi and I had to get on a plane during COVID. They wouldn't even give us a Zoom. That's the other thing about EPOs and emergency EPOs. If it's really, really an emergency, they're gonna make the people show up.
Yeah.
They're gonna I think. But I don't know, man. I said it in the beginning of the stream. I'll say it again. When Mandi said to me from the other room, Sam's gonna snipe the stream. She's gonna play the court case on her channel. I was like, that's beautiful. She is so messy and so sloppy that she's gonna hand deliver her ass to whoever doing that.
But why does she now? So everything on her channel's gone, except that live coverage on the hearing, which my understanding is she didn't get very far on it before they took it down. So she only has 2 posts on her community page, and I made the cut.
Yay, Mandi.
Wait. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, and this is the very telling thing, guys. If everybody...
Someone go tell ATX to go fuck herself. Well, I don't have to, but I bet you do because you don't have a girlfriend anymore.
There's a pretty good chance that ATX will get... I'm just kidding.
But my understanding is that you might not because you
not.
lost your girlfriend because you don't know
But I
how
say
to be
again,
a good girl.
We said it once, to say it again. If people got returned their
Hey,
membership
baby.
money, if everybody was starting to get their membership money returned to them, that's because monetization has been suspended or taken away.
Yes.
That's what that means. So
those of you who are just joining us on, I won't say her legal name, but on Yaba's Facebook page with her legal name, the infamous relationship status went from in a relationship to single.
that might have been the straw that, and let me tell you.
She said, if your
could you
stupid
imagine,
ass does that.
People, I have been there where you have a crazy unhinged partner in the house with you and you're going, don't do that. That's
Right.
not going to be smart to do that. Whatever you do, don't do. Oh, they did it. You know, it's like when like on some level, Yaba probably told Sam, look, if you do this, if you go through with this, nothing good will come of it.
That's
it is
what
not
it was on
worth
there, on the Twitter.
It is not worth the 4 or 5 or 6 or 7,000 views that you're going to get. You will get in trouble. Do not do this. And I understand. Yaba, I'm with you, girl. I'm right here with you.
She must have had a moment of clarity where she went, fuck this.
Right. But I'm telling you, I can just see Yaba going, Sam, God damn it, dadgummit. You
Yes.
don't do this. The house that we pay the rent, it was a pretty nice house if it's
From
their
what
house.
that's her girl.
I mean, people have been doxing their address and
this
doxing their
last
house
hustle
today.
you had was a good one. It just did it play out?
But I remember
Char and Tracy.
I remember renting a
hello.
house. I remember renting a house that was similar to that one. You people doxed that address, and it was a house that I had with my ex-wife prior to YouTube. And it was a nice house with a big fence. I get it. And then you're staring at your partner going, we will lose this. Mm-hmm. Everything that we work for, we will lose if you do this stupid shit right now. And I can just see that happening at, about what, 8 a.m. this morning or so?
It may have been all an act. I don't know. I don't know what the relationship started as. I know that more than likely Sam put on a show to get it going.
I think I know what it's like to be like,
yes,
come out of a relationship. And I don't know how long Yaba was away from her baby daddy. I understand they were never even married, right? They weren't married. Mm-mm. And being on the rebound and someone comes in and, yay, I'm going to give you something. Trust me, I get it.
Hand delivered to her.
Hand delivered. She walks right up and knocks on the door.
Showed up to her town and said, I'm here because I love you.
Yep.
And if you're lonely or you, you know, whatever, it's... And that's what some of these weirdo hustling. I mean, I don't want to like say a diagnosis because that sometimes but with tendencies of I mean, like a sociopath. You know what I mean?
It kind of is.
Shows up and says, "I'm everything."
And you open the door and say, if there's nothing else you believe, just believe that I love you. And you know when you're, so your common sense gets overridden by your dream of being in love, your lust, your passion. It's like, okay, we'll do this. And then at some point, it took me 10 years to go, I got to get the fuck out. And, this might be what Yaba's doing now. This might be her time to say that.
There's a moment of, hey, Violet, we were just talking about the goings on today. Just in summary, Sam thought it was a good idea to stream the hearing that of Hussey's request for a temporary restraining order against Clara.
She thought it would be a fabulous stream to do.
And it got booted. She's now hidden your content.
Yeeted.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Or whatever. And so that was just like, and also she told me to go fuck myself.
That's right. So
her second community post.
So whatever Sam's feeling over there, whatever it is, she decided, if someone said you got 2 more posts, pick them wisely, you have 2 community posts. She thought one of them was going to be ATX, go fuck yourself.
I wonder
you should feel honored by that.
What prompted that? Just because I'm a bitch? There's people doxing her house and all kinds of stuff.
We haven't even been on.
She's going to pick me?
We've posted nothing. We've been with our family all day.
Yes.
It just doesn't make sense.
Hold on. She'll never get anyone. She never gives anyone any grace. Fuck her. Yeah, that's exactly. But she'll be on to her next hustle.
She will.
She'll be on to her next hustle because she inherently does not want to work or be responsible for anything. She wants it handed to her. So, she says like she's back. She didn't go anywhere. Well, good for you. It's going to be your demise there, girlfriend.
I think there's a good chance she lost the monetization. If, in fact, that's true. Now, I don't know. I haven't witnessed. I wasn't a member of her channel. But there are members that are saying, I got my money back. They refunded my money or whatever that means.
Yeah, I heard they did also stream it in Discord. In that, whatever that thing is that they have, that they streamed it there too. Either way, it's illegal. You know what I mean?
I mean, even if she comes back tomorrow, we had a day. There was a day that... And you know what, like I said, Mandi and I figure out how to fill our lives with stuff so that we don't look at YouTube and Twitter and stuff for a while, and then we come back to it, but we don't go down the rabbit hole to where it, stays in our head that much. So we weren't even around today when it happened. We were thinking more about our family. We were thinking about our friend Clara and her court case that she had today, things like that.
Yeah. Negs, you're right. What she's been saying about little Negs is absolutely
right,
and that no one even tries to call her out. Like it's ridiculous that all of these people that supposedly stand for something and say it's our responsibility to call people out for this won't say a word when it's about that one.
And Wendy over there on Randy and Wendy's one of those ones that will always call people out.
Yep.
But I said it yesterday in my vlog.
Right,
I'll say
AK.
it here. I'll say it here now. They could have a live stream in a panel, and they could put Sam on that panel, and they could put me on that panel. And I could say to Sam, you contacted my mother's agencies, the stuff that, even though my mother did was laugh at it and block it, and it didn't go anywhere. I could sit there and say to her, you contacted my family, and that's not, and she would go, you're damn right I did. And they won't get called out on it.
And the other one that does it, which most of you don't know, is that crazy ass Jane Whalen. She's the other one that's been.
But she's with the crazy ex, but
no, she.
Oh yeah, she also got.
She
in
got
touch
her
with
marching orders from that. I didn't even know she was still around. Let alone calling family members.
Yeah.
Freaking crazy, man.
And she's in Australia, I think.
Yeah, but
But we tracked a Google number that a bunch of them have been using to Texas. Remember that? And so you got people, and they I guess they share this Google number. You know, one of those things that you can put on your phone, and they've been using it, and we figured out where it was from.
Yeah. Next, there's absolutely no excuse for that, and the fact that people are turning a blind eye and deflecting.
And that's the point. You've got people that have been in the drama for a while. And if you said to them right now, we're a community, you need to take your platform and call people out for doing it, they won't. They won't. But there are some of our other friends that are OGs that have been, I'm not going to say their names. Y'all know who Mandi talks to and stuff like that. It's another platform, and they're showing silent support. Like every once in a while, Randy will try to direct a stream and bring Mandi into it, and there's always enough traffic in her chat to shut it down. But as far as this one goes, but as far as calling Sam out for what they're admitting that they're doing, they're not doing it over there because they're scared of her. They're scared.
Maybe she looks a little less unstoppable now. Maybe.
Well, I mean, the point is how many people sat there?
Good to see you, Presley.
How many people sat there today,
Karen,
when they heard that Sam was gonna play that stream and said, that's dumb.
I thought it was a joke.
That's dumb. You can't do. I mean, it's not even intelligent to do that.
Yeah.
It's not even intelligent, and that's the main point. She's just getting stupid and sloppy.
Very sloppy.
That's real sloppy.
Extremely sloppy. So that was.
And I think the reason she's real sloppy about it now is she's done what she can do to a number of people in real life, and we've survived it.
Yeah.
We've survived it. What's next?
Yeah.
What's next? That's really where we're at.
That's the long of the short of it is from where it goes from here, like, will the real life bullshit stop?
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
Like, people need to quit calling CPS on people just to get back at them. That's complete and total bullshit.
Yep.
And again,
we would have had CPS here at our house if there was a minor here by now. That would have happened to us.
We would have. There
we
would
know
be a
that
waiting list.
Yeah, we're talking about what we want to.
I was talking about the other day. I was like, Sean, we should get one of those reborn babies, like the really looking ones, and start being like, oh yeah, say we adopted and put it in the little bassinet and everything because they look so real.
Yeah.
And see how long it is until someone calls on
But
it.
I mean,
because it's that ridiculous. That's how ridiculous the bullshit is. You know what I mean?
We've had a few things that we don't talk about it. It's just not. But hopefully there's somebody that can at least get in that one's ear, win, lose, or draw about this, and say, don't be so reckless.
Yeah.
Don't be so reckless, and don't be so don't go into people's real lives anymore.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if it was sniping a court case between two YouTubers is real life. It is. It's a real life thing.
Life.
It is.
Yeah. It's insane. I don't support evil violence. You need to do that. Oh, I just back minions and they end up in trouble. Like, yes, you're exactly right. Let's let's see. Sponsored by Ritalin.
Oh my God.
They're just saying hi and being good. I've never seen that one before.
Let me see. I haven't even read the chat.
You need to read it.
I need to read the chat.
I have a question for those of you who know. Did Katie actually get approved and get a date for her weight loss surgery? Does anybody know? Because I heard someone told me that she's back to being with Orange, but does she actually have a surgery date? They give her one? Because I don't understand. Ritalin is awesome. I don't understand like how that's even plausible between the smoking and the drinking and the just the lifestyle in general. I don't know how she could go under anesthesia. Not approved yet. Yeah, I don't. And another thing is, I don't know what her insurance is or how bad her rashes and stuff has been, but it is extremely hard to get insurance to pay for skin removal. It's very, very hard. Oh, good. Presley's watching Presley to wind down.
Yay.
She claims I don't think that she did though. Like, I don't see how she, like, I think she's going to end up having to pay for it. Yeah,
she's going to try to get Orange to pay for it.
I don't think he has the money to do it. Yeah, she can't cut back. She tried to cut back and it went really bad. I
think that's
she needs to go to rehab.
That's where it ended up.
Cool. She needs to go get some help for many reasons, but if she really wants that surgery because she thinks when she's hot that all of her problems are going to go away, then she might want to start by getting herself sober so that she can have the surgery and then regroup and decide if it's really worth it to go back to drinking. You know what I mean? I can't see what anybody's saying.
I'm getting back to it for you, babe. You know me.
We're not going to stay on much longer. It's dangerous for her to stop drinking. And used to, if you were honest with your primary care, and I mean used to, like not any less than 20 years ago, they would put you on like a Librium or something, like a plan for you to take a certain benzo or barbiturate and wean off the alcohol. Now you have to go inpatient. They won't give you those medicines. You have to go inpatient. And I don't see how she's going to get off of it.
Oh, we got time.
Well, we have a little bit of time.
We have time. We have time. I don't have to get up.
Yes, I know, but yeah, no. So I don't understand, like old school AA, before they had those kind of medicines, they would you would have someone in an AA clubhouse and they would wean you with beer. Like they would wean you with alcohol so that you didn't seize. And now there's other medicines that they can use, but she's not going to be able to, when you're a, alcoholic like that, you can't taper. If you could taper, you wouldn't be drinking like that. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be funny, but that's the truth. Have a good night, Presley. Good to see you again.
Presley, love you, girl. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Old school AA, that's what they did. They weaned you with beer, but they literally, it was almost like a nurse. They would come and give you a certain amount and that kind of thing. And then, but she firmly believes that if she just has the skin removed, if she just gets new boobs, her life is going to be then in a position where she's so happy with herself, she won't have to drink. Yeah, I get that. That's the delusion of an alcoholic. You do believe that. You believe the lie. But it doesn't fix it. Moving doesn't fix it.
That's Telferdom, though. That's really Telferdom if you think about it.
Well, I don't know. Well, but if you're in denial that you can't stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Then, but yeah, that's like whenever they used to say when I was on pain meds and I, they were like, just taper off. Well, if I could taper off.
Yeah.
Then I would not be running out all the time. You know what I mean? Like that's, so anyway, I'm hopefully that they don't put her, no love lost there, but I hope they don't put her in for surgery like that because.
I know, I've known, not to delay my first wife.
Exactly.
My first wife did surgery and they wouldn't do it because she couldn't stop smoking for 2 days or whatever.
Right.
So they didn't let her get the surgery.
Well, it's insane because it's the only disease, and I know I probably sound like a broken record if anybody's been in the program, but alcoholism is like an addiction is the only disease that tells you don't have a disease. Do you know what I mean? Like
that's kind of true.
There's no other
there's
disease
mental
that
illnesses that do that too, but you're right.
That I mean, it's just that's the way that it is, and the denial is so like strong. It's the disease has a desire to protect itself at all costs. I mean, yeah.
As it takes everything from you.
Yes, she told someone in her chat she's weaning down, and I'm like, and yeah. I do think she knows she's dying too. I absolutely do. I think that she is realizing that she is in a state where she's terrified to be alone, so she's with this loser, whoever he is, the latest loser. But she's just a nasty, disgusting person, and she's done some really horrible things to people in this community.
Orange is back though?
Continues to. Yeah. Yeah, she's another one that is just a disgusting mess.
Wow, but he came back. I wonder how she got him to come back.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I had to start smoking for a few days. Yeah, with a few, right. You have to, they're not real concerned about what you do once you leave, although they hope that you don't keep smoking, but you at least have to for about 3 or 4 days. They won't put you under anesthesia. I don't think that he has any, and I think that she ends up with these guys that she does because they take so much off of her. You know what I mean?
She doesn't think he has what?
What?
You said something I don't think he has any? What was she saying, guys?
I don't know. I think you misheard because I don't think I said that.
I might have.
Yeah, he is a simp. You're exactly right about that.
I remember when he first came onto the scene, he was highly, highly interested.
Right, I see. It was a lie.
He was highly interested in what was going on here on YouTube.
Yeah.
He really cared about it. He cared about it to the point that he listened to...
Right, D. It's a hard habit to quit.
He was invested in the point where he sat there and he listened to Neg's stream.
Thank you, Ritalin.
And then...
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't want to say your first name, but I got it. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
We have a lot of covert supporters that don't want...
Hey, Miss...
Thank you so much.
There's Miss Fucking Nobody. Hello. Let's see. Yeah, I think with her, I don't, when they talk about in the, how it works, the people that are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves, she might possibly be one of those.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're like, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But, the denial runs deep.
And we ain't talking about the river.
We're not talking about denial, not the river.
It runs deep and it runs fast, and it's not in Egypt.
Thank you, Dee. We love you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I love the name that Ritalin says we're not so bad.
What's that?
She said we seem like good people. We're not so bad.
I mean, I think we try. I mean, this is about as dramatic as we get. Every once in a while, we get dragged down the rabbit hole and
thank you
and yell. But most of the time, you're going to see us come on much earlier, and we're going to tell you about our chickens, and we're going to tell you about what's going on in our front yard. And you got a couple of YouTubers here that have different paths that we really do like our simple life together.
Yeah.
I go back to work. I had a 9-day vacation, and I'm going to go back to the post office on Thursday, but. I don't think we're that bad. I mean, I love this woman, and I'm cherishing these 9 days that I've had off with her.
Thank you. Negs, I think that you and Claire make a fantastic couple. Y'all work good. You work well together, and the happiness shows in you, and I'm super happy for you, and her. But everybody deserves love.
They do.
At whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you. It can we still do drama and we can be whatever, but it kind of softens your heart.
See, most of the people that will say something like ATX or Sean
Karen.
Or whatever, when they talk about that they don't like Mandi, they don't know Mandi. They just know some of the fuckery she's been involved on in YouTube. And she was on the boardroom for Sam Telfer. So there's going to be a lot of people that just think they know her and they don't.
Yeah, it's sponsored by Ritalin, Karen. She says that she doesn't, if it's doesn't have you blocked. The first part, I've been calling it Ritalin, but it's sponsored by Ritalin is the name. So,
Sponsored by Ritalin.
I unblocked Wax Boss a long time ago.
Is she still saying she's blocked?
No, it's just, it glitched out and it won't unblock. She's not blocked anymore. I've heard of this happening to other people too. Like somehow it gets crossed and, it's okay, Karen, no problem. I remember the first time Sean was like, you were in the bathtub and you were looking at something and you were like, Negs is dating DC Media Girl. And I was like, who is that?
Well,
and you were like, I think she's in the Chantel universe. And that was the first time I'd ever even.
Yeah. Well, I knew who she was because there's people that watch her that were watching, you know, so on Twitter, the name would come up. But we know how I first started watching and we talked about it.
Thank you. We try to be.
About it, yeah.
We try to be.
The only thing that I really knew, when you said like DC Media Girl and Negs are together, the thing that came to my mind was I didn't think they liked each other.
Yeah, that's happened with a lot of people.
It does. There's a lot of people like
luckily,
that.
There's no... Sean and I, we were friends before and never, like, beefed before that.
So honestly, the way that worked was I was better friends with Sam, but ATX was the other part of the platform of the boardroom. So I knew Mandi, and then Mandi's son is a combat arms officer, or was enlisted for combat arms, and I was combat arms. And so we started talking about the basic training and AIT portion of it. And, but really, until the day that we crossed over, we were never real. I mean, believe me, if we had been involved with each other before May 9th of 2019, people would have found it by now.
Yeah.
We always say to people, we wish we were.
But you know what? And the thing is about DC and Negs and they're dragging each other. I'm not so sure that Sean and I wouldn't think that was fun to watch that and have it for like, if it wasn't nasty, we would think it was kind of hot.
One of the things kind of, but one of the things was
based on
Mandi, Mrs. ATX, you know, her screen name. She'd leave comments like on my vlogs and stuff like that. And my ex-wife zoomed in on it.
And it was a little bit crazy. It was a little bit crazy.
Like years before we were, 2017, you know, before we ever were anything, she was yapping. But then again, she would yap about anybody that talked to me at all.
It's weird that she was so jealous, and she claims
she kind of knew it's crazy and convoluted.
You're so disgusting, and she claims that she never enjoyed whatever, but she was so jealous.
I don't. Somebody with a mind that is so convoluted and tormented as hers found that needle in a haystack and said, that hoe right there is after my husband. And then 2.5 years later,
exactly, Sarah. Thank you. Yeah, it's insane. It's like, it's so like, yeah, we do like to have fun and have to relax. I've asked Sean before, because it was always super appropriate, and it wasn't like, you know,
you won't find it. You won't find anything inappropriate.
It doesn't exist. But then people are like, man, if you had been, you know, seeing each other since 2017, oh fucking well. You know what I mean? Like that's the other thing.
Is 4 years later, we've been together 4 years.
Yeah, people don't have any love lost for that.
Today is May 2nd. A week from today, on May 9th, we'll have been together 4 years.
Right. We'll be married 3 years in September.
Yeah.
That's a long ass time for someone to keep
going.
Yeah.
So I think what Mandi's saying that is, let's say that there was irrefutable proof or something came up that said that Mandi and I were together in 2017 or 2018. By now, people would say, who cares? They're together.
Yeah.
You know, who cares? This is the Sawyer Brown right here.
It's night-night.
Night-night.
I wanted to show y'all he was asleep. It would look so cute. Now I'm going to break the camera, but that's okay. It's very, very cute. Is that better?
Yep. But it is kind of funny when you when you're sparring with Sam and Yaba. They have some really fucked up stuff they said about one another that's still out there.
It's
so
it's that I don't know which one takes the cake on that one, but
you pull your pants up, baby. Not yet.
no, it's I have my sweatpants are too baggy. Let's see. It was bad. It was really bad, and it went kind of down in infamy. But
I mean,
I don't think it's a valid argument when people say they replay, and I don't really know, not meaning so much about Sam and Yah, but when people try to bring up old clips of Negs and DC going for each other, to me, the response to that is, okay, well, they did.
And
now they're not.
They didn't like each other, and now they do.
So, yeah, they absolutely said that stuff. Neither one of them are going to deny it. And now they don't. So, end of story. There's nothing exciting about that. You know?
Sarah's like, that's why we call Sean Saint Sean. There's a lot of people
that... He was very patient.
Yeah.
He's got the patience of a saint. If nothing else, that was easily seen in that.
All common appropriate. I should have been reading that. See, I have a bad habit of not keeping up with the chat sometimes. Not just when we're on, but sometimes it serves a good purpose. Like when I was on Rumble with DC Media Girl, I didn't have a chat in front of me.
You couldn't see
the whole time. I was just talking to her. So I had no idea, what was being said. Sometimes that's good if trolls come in. I mean, I know they don't have that problem in Rumble that much, but I'm just catching up now.
Exactly.
That's what I mean.
Karen's like, I used to like the Beast and now I don't. Yes, there you go, Paula. That is I do think that don't be overly surprised if Yaba doesn't pop back up and say it's bullshit because she doesn't like to be
allegedly.
She doesn't like to I don't know how to explain it, but it may or may not be, but it may not even be permanent. Why is it such a quick thing for people to do to change their relationship status to single?
Because
they're mad?
I don't know. I never really, and you don't even have to have that published.
Visible. Yeah, I just don't know,
I never really had it published until, I do now. If you go to my Facebook, it says I'm married to you, but you're not even on Facebook right now.
No. Because anything you post on Facebook freaking gets doxxed by the whole YouTube community. You know what I mean? And it's whatever, but...
YouTube rejects it. I'm going to pin that so I don't have to say it, but here it goes. Let me see.
Yeah, it's... like I said, the same thing that happened with Sean. You just need a split second to see reality, and maybe she did.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't know.
Yes.
How many of
y'all?
Yeah,
right, D? Yep.
How many of y'all, if you're both doing YouTube or whatever, you're on YouTube, and your partner's like, I'm gonna snipe a court stream. Mm-hmm. You say don't do that, right?
If I screen record something funny that I see on that court channel I watch, I literally might share it with a friend or whatever. I don't put it on social media. I would never put it on social media.
The other reason
there are channels that do,
but
they react to court things, but you're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to, and those court things don't normally leave them up.
No,
that's the other thing.
They don't.
It's got a month's worth of court on there. They take them down.
Yeah. Yeah, and also the Foodie Beauty material dried up. She's not making the stuff that she used to be. She appears to, I don't know if she's really with them or they're really married or they're not, but you don't see her that much as you used to. Oh, I was going to tell you, I kept forgetting to tell you. You know that, what is that thing called after they make the pilgrimage to Mecca, they get the red checkered kind of pattern. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The hijab thing?
Yeah. It's like a hijab, but it's after they wear hey, how are you, ASMR? They get to wear this one, and I'm not going to say because I don't know what it's called and I don't want to be, but it's got it's red checkered instead of
after you've made the done.
Well, so Foodie Beauty was trying to say that she's bringing that cat Sam, that somehow she's gotten it back or found it or whatever, and she's bringing it to Kuwait to be with them. But Sean, she photoshopped that thing on her cat.
Oh no, you can't
And
do
I'm
that.
like,
Isn't that like blasphemy or
well, I
something
would
like
think
that?
Salah or whatever his name is would be like, that's, you don't do that.
You've got to say though. I mean, whether you like Foodie Beauty or not.
She does whatever.
No, but for her to actually go to another country and be with, I mean, whether it's fake or not, it's pretty elaborate. You don't just leave the country and go to the Middle East and do that.
That I will give her that.
You know,
she was like, this may be a troll, and it may be my greatest troll yet, but here I go.
The one thing I was worried about because of how she is and how she acts is that if it was a serious thing and she went over there, I thought she'd be in big trouble with, you know, just because of the culture.
Even when they do go live, I can't watch it because they smoke that hookah.
And it's
that
Mandi doesn't like the bong sound.
No, and they do it, well, at least with like marijuana, from the people that I've seen do it with a bong, they're not hitting it every 20 seconds.
So, well, it depends.
They're doing it every 20 seconds for 2 hours, and it's both of them. I don't like the sound. And what is hookah? What is hookah?
Well,
what is it?
It's just a. Why am my eye?
She
watering.
hates that sound too.
It's tobacco. So it's like a flavored tobacco that they put in there.
Karen was in there today doing a little bit on that channel. I got to relook at the screenshots again. Stirring up some dust in the Beast chat. Yeah. She just asked very practical questions. Oh, it's tobacco?
It's tobacco, and I
thought they're not supposed to do that.
But it's not like dry tobacco. It's kind of like a gooey, sticky, like flavored tobacco. And you can't just light it like a cigarette. You got to like get it lit. You know, you got to get it warm and then it lights up.
See, I don't understand, I guess, all of that, because I thought they weren't supposed to smoke, drink, do anything.
I mean, when I was in Iraq, now this is extreme circumstances. Homosexuality was against the law.
Oh, for sure.
It was against the law. But there is a lot of activity in their society, in their culture, amongst them.
I've heard that.
Homosexual activity. And it's almost like the law is used kind of, if you get in trouble for something, or somebody wants to get you in trouble, they can use that. And the caste systems are alive and well in the tribal.
I understand.
The Middle Eastern tribal.
Well, and I've heard
society.
A lot of times, like especially teen boys that are supposed to wait.
Yeah.
It's with their friends. I'm not going to say any more than that. But
I mean, it was just, see, when I was in Iraq, the context of me being there was combat, you know, so it's a really surreal world anyway. So when you see stuff like that going on, you just kind of sort of compartmentalize it. You know, it's not, you don't think too much of it because you're not there about that. It's just kind of like an afterthought when you get back. You just reminisce and process everything that you kind of been through, you know. And that was, they were clearly, we had workers that, you know, we hired Iraqi workers to come in to like repair the buildings and build stuff, and they were sometimes all over each other.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be against the law.
Well,
you know. So anyway,
YouTube says, I wish I could ask you guys something, but not in the chat though. Well, you can message me on Twitter, or I mean, I don't know what you.
We're both on Twitter. I mean, you know where to find us on Twitter. Both of us are pretty open about checking our DMs. I thought
Hookah was it. Yeah. I'm trying not to keep yawning. I don't yawn real loud because that's annoying and it's not very nice.
Plus, they're going to say we're all withdrawing off drugs if we're not y'all, but you know that's what'll happen to people that.
They keep saying I'm a meth head. I'm not a good one. I'm about 50 pounds too heavy to be in.
I mean, if Mandy's a meth head, there's going to be a gang of meth heads that want to know how she keeps that weight on.
I know. There are, like, I've had family members that have been on it that I'm like, but they're huge. And I'm like, but yeah, and I always say this, I'm in recovery for downers, not uppers.
She wasn't like a amphetamine type addict. She was the pain pill addict.
Exactly. I sleep too much. And when you go to rehab, you've got the people that when they first come in that are coming off meth or coke or something like that, they're cleaning, they're doing everything, they're everywhere until they crash, and then they crash for a few days.
Yeah.
And then you've got the ones that are just kind of sitting there like, And those are like, they call them like the opiate heads or whatever,
They just
and
kind
the
of chill
downer
out.
people. Yeah. But there's like, they're the other ones, and they drink the ones that like the uppers drink a lot of coffee.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to replicate that.
Yeah, it's just a difference in the way the brain responds to like what like LSD or shit like that. I would never like that. Like that's not.
So
It's
what
weird
Mandy
how some
is,
people
so what
have.
Mandy's saying, if we were in college together, we wouldn't have gotten along. Because that's what I was. I was all like LSD and I was into like hallucinogenic stuff, mushrooms and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Did you know Ambien's a hallucinogen?
Ambien.
Mm-hmm. I found that out. It's a hallucinogen.
I think trazodone is too. Then.
No, I don't think trazodone. I don't know.
It's kind of the same.
But now
thing.
he's all. Negs hates LSD. My mom was a hardcore meth addict, and she never slept and barely ate and was insane. Oh yeah, people uppers act way different. Yeah, there was this girl that I met there, and we were talking about it, and she goes, usually when you're on a meth bender, you're okay till you hit about day 7 without sleep. And I'm like, how do you live? Don't you? If I have to go, like, if I go, whatever, let's say 48 hours without sleep, I haven't had to do it in a long time, but, you know, I start getting nauseous, I start getting, you know, I get sick to my stomach. I do not know how someone could stay awake that long. And are you okay?
He's like, God damn, be quiet. And goes,
I know.
when I was inpatient twice, and it was for PTSD, for post-traumatic stress disorder, and I would take 50 to 100 milligrams of trazodone. Someone put in the chat, trazodone is an antidepressant.
Yeah,
but we took it for sleep. We took it to go to sleep.
They do it in rehab a
lot. And you know, I didn't take it much. I didn't have a prescription for it. So if you gave me 50 milligrams, like, which is typically one tablet or whatever, and I would go to sleep. You know, like,
yeah. Well, you had a prescription in there. You just didn't have a bottle of it.
But yeah, they would have to dispense it to us. I'm telling you, when I was inpatient, I couldn't sleep, and I would go down into the lobby where they were playing pool and stuff, because they let you do that. And there was cats that were on like 500 milligrams of trazodone and still awake, shooting pool.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Exactly. The thing with Ambien is what you're supposed to do is literally get in bed and take it, and then go to sleep. Some people still get up and do the sleepwalking and do the crazy things. But then the people that abuse it take it and stay up past that point, and then they're in a
kind of a different state.
Yeah. But supposedly, if you get in bed, take it, but if you take it and then take a bath or go to finish the dishes and shit like that, I don't know.
See, Ambien was one of those things that, like, if I took trazodone, I could go to sleep and knock back 5 good hours, and then I would be awake.
Yeah.
Not with Ambien. Ambien was one of those things
trazodone does give people nightmares.
The next day, I was still woozy.
Yeah. Do you remember that? Hey, Neener drove to the corner, but I would. Yeah, right? Like, that's like these people that take high doses of benzos and have an entire, you know, block of time where they conducted their life just like normal, but they have no recollection of it.
That's crazy to me.
I know lithium makes you shuffle, and so does, but I think more so the Thorazine will make you shuffle. They just kind of shuffle down the hallway. It makes your legs kind of like scoot along.
Like lead or whatever?
Yeah, I mean,
Look, guys, I haven't taken all those different drugs. I was with somebody that they would just have combinations to try to you know, sedate some sanity into them. So like Seroquel, Thorazine, all that stuff. I've seen it.
70 milligrams of Vyvanse at this point.
What is Vyvanse?
Wow.
What is that?
I think Vyvanse. I don't.
Oh, Vyvanse. I thought you said Vyvanse is sort of like a little bit like Ritalin, a little bit, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who's ever successfully been on lithium. They tried that when I went inpatient, when I got sober off alcohol, and it was awful.
Isn't lithium kind of like an old school drug too?
It is. It's one of the original ones.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Section 8. Did Sean actually abuse his ex? Like she is saying, she seems adamant I'll let them answer that in here, but no.
I mean, you saw them bring up court. You saw them. You saw them bring it up, but no one's been able to produce a police record. The answer to that is no. I was in a very, very toxic, crazy, trauma bonded relationship, but I mean, I never whipped her ass or anything. I never did that. But it was just a bad, toxic relationship. Put it that way.
And both of them will readily admit that when she says it was a horrible marriage,
it always when she gets on there and drones on about it was a horrible marriage, or we didn't have sex, or he couldn't get it up, or this or that. It was like, right. So you should be happy that we're not together. It should.
Like I always say, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about Everett because I got this.
Man, I got it. I have one question for you before we sign off for the night.
What?
Can I get it up?
Yes, you can get it up. And I would never say publicly about an ex. I would never go, he couldn't get it up for me. That's
putting yourself down.
That's
putting yourself down.
Because if I walked straight out into his arms and was like, let's make a lifetime of this, it wasn't just for what do they call it? The cookies and juice?
Yeah, but the cookies and juice were good. It was just another nail in the coffin. It was like, okay, I think I'm in love with this girl. I want to spend the rest of my life with this girl. She does this really, really well. Yeah, we decided
like after 5 days, we're like, let's be together forever.
Let's be together. And it's like, wow, you do that really well.
No, but I mean, like, it sounds insane when we say it, but we just knew it was going to work. And that's really weird because...
Sponsored by Ritalin. We normally go live at 8:30. When we go live, they're saying, when do we usually go live?
Yeah, at 8:30. Yeah.
Between 8:30 and 9:30, because typically I have to be up for work at 7 the next morning. So we try to wrap things up and get into bed by about 11 or 12. So, yeah.
Carlos says, scam and slob at eat your hearts out. I wonder what what am I going to say? I was wondering, I wonder which type of person that Sam will go for next for her next hustle.
Section 8 millionaire said I just subbed. Thank you. Thank you for that.
We're pretty easygoing. We like to laugh. Just don't judge us on our crass humor.
The thing is that we try to chill out. We're pretty boring. I mean, we got some folks in here because of what's been going on in the drama community. A lot of it was aimed at us. But we are OGs of a drama genre type community. So if the drama comes up, we can do it. I mean, we can be about the drama. But it's not what we want to build the channel on anymore.
No.
Therefore, our channel is never going to explode into
it's a chicken channel now.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a chicken. It seems like a great guy. I wouldn't want to believe he did. No. And you're right. She talks about it a ridiculous amount for even if it did happen. At this point, this far out, it would have been long since been time for her to get some help and stop talking about it. But I find it hard to believe all those things that she's saying, that he walks into my life. I never believed it. And he is completely and totally 180 degree different. Like, I mean, that just doesn't happen with someone who does the things that she accuses him of. They don't just get into another relationship and it's gone. It's not like that.
And one thing I say to people is
and y'all aren't dumb. You know what?
Y'all know. But the biggest and I've heard this before, and I'll say it to y'all now. I mean, we have a lot of people that are in the drama community that are legitimate victims and survivors of domestic violence. And there's not any of them that believe her. And that's why it was so, I put Owl on the spot, because she is a victim and a survivor of domestic violence, whether you like her or not. I believe that. I believe her story. And she's always said, she doesn't really like us.
Oh, she really doesn't like us.
She doesn't like us.
Paula, does she like you?
And she will say, ATX and Tomahawk or whatever, but Trisha's full of crap.
But now she doesn't say it.
She doesn't say it anymore because she's not allowed to say it.
She's not. Samantha doesn't let her say that.
Samantha does not let her do that.
She has to.
But the other thing that I say about people that are, guilty of domestic violence, typically by the time they're 50 years old, there's been more than one victim. Like the criminal record, it's not like, my ex-wife has a series of partners in her life, both of her children's fathers, me, a couple other dudes that she's accused of domestic violence. And none of these people have ever been in trouble or never was
She's
accused of domestic
never.
violence
Mm-mm.
before nor after they were with her. It was only during the time that they were in a relationship with her. Most 50-year-old, 50, 60-year-old men that have been convicted of domestic violence have a record. And not just once or twice. It's normally a record.
Right, Chase?
I don't have a record. And nobody that I've ever been with. I have another ex-girlfriend, Mandi will tell you, that's on Twitter and in these chats, so not really the chats, but on Twitter, that I dated when I was 19. And she's even come to my defense a little bit and said, look, man, we dated when he was 19. There's not a violent bone in his body.
There's not.
So,
and even his ex-wife is not real. The mother of his children aren't real crazy about him. But even she's like, no, he's.
Jessica and I are not friends. We had,
Yes.
and she will say, yeah, Sean might be an asshole, but he never touched me.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So there you go. But we are going to sign off.
We are. I didn't realize it was midnight.
And hey, what can I say? Tomorrow's another day. He doesn't get back till Thursday, so we'll check in with you guys
we'll
tomorrow.
check in tomorrow. Those of you, what's our normal time? So it's normally going to be like 8 or 9:30, depending on what we got going on.
We might as well do 8:30 because whenever we plan when you're off to do it earlier, we never end up getting it done earlier. But y'all have a great evening. Thank you for your support, all of your different kinds of support. Y'all have a fantastic night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.